Chat is lit up. Oh my goodness. Good evening, everyone. J-Bone back here for Smash This Podcast. Yeah, let me talk to you. Not going to call you folks dummies. No, thank you for joining me tonight. Unless you treat me bad, then I'll call you a dummy. Wow. Impact Wrestling event this evening. Redefined. Get some of this stuff out of my way here for my notes. And everyone's talking about it. The swerve at the end. Yes, we are going to talk about it all tonight. From Miss Scarlett Bordeaux shaking things up in the Grado / Katarina / Hendry family, to the main event, to hell, let's just start at the beginning. Oh my goodness, can't talk tonight. Should have started this 3 beers ago. Nope, first one, folks. First one. Swear to God. Yeah, hell of a show. Top to bottom, a lot of fun. It just another example of a complete, and I mean complete as in the show flowed. He had some, like I said, you had some great wrestling, you had some comedy, some edgy stuff, and some stuff that's going to keep you questioning what's coming next in a big way. In fact, there was a few things like that tonight. Redefined, and it's appropriately titled because Impact Wrestling is redefining their company, the way they should be doing things. They are redefining storytelling. They're redefining the look, the feel, the roster on a continuous basis, keeping it fresh. It's exactly, from where they were, starting this trend last year, slowly but surely, to where they are now. Redefining is the perfect way to describe all of this. It really is. Don't want that coming over the other mic. All right. So let's talk about this. D-Rock's Caretaker, Pierre, everyone in the chat, good evening. Lighten that up. Awesome to see. Welcome. Let's start out the X Division Championship. And it's started many events, but if you look to where it was back in the day, where they would start out a hot event with an X Division Championship or a multi-man championship match, and to have a guy like Brian Cage leading the pack now, for how long, I don't know, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Brian Cage is having a hell of a year. He's having a hell of a week. Let's backtrack a few days. Headline Triple Mania against Jeff Jarrett. Now, he didn't come out on top, but still, to get that opportunity, pardon me, that's a hell of a way to start off a week. Started out Redefined tonight, defending his X Division Championship successfully, I might say. In 2 days, folks. In 2 days, he's going to be part of the biggest, in fact, a lot of these guys on this show tonight are going to be part of the biggest independent wrestling event in the last 20 years. That's not WWE. That's not WWE. That's, and I've talked a lot about that on here. I'm gonna be down in Chicago, documenting stuff with my son. I'm gonna be picking him up tomorrow, and I'm gonna be showing him some of the NWA videos, some of the Being the Elite videos, so he has just at least a clue of what's going into this, because he doesn't watch it on a regular basis with me. But he's gonna see guys like Pentagon. He's gonna see guys like Phoenix. He's gonna see guys like Brian Cage. Moose is going to be part of the kickoff show too. He's going to see a hell of a women's match that Tessa, newly crowned Knockouts champion tonight, is going to be part of that four-way. Just to have Impact Wrestling be a nice chunk of this show, whether it's defining the company or just having them on the show. The champion, is Tessa going to bring her Knockouts championship with? I doubt it. But just the fact that she's going to be a part of this along with a bunch of guys from Impact Wrestling says something. It's something special that, you got so many different identities coming together for this show. You got the Bullet Club, you got some New Japan, you got some Ring of Honor, you got Impact Wrestling, you got just there's so many names, it's ridiculous, So all right, I'm straying off the topic, bear with me. But this X Division Championship match, Cage versus Phoenix, with Pentagon at ringside. I had a little thing in the back of my head, I'm not going to lie, was wondering if Pentagon was going to help interfere in this match. He's a fan favorite, but it's not beyond him to do something shady, he could do something, and it's not going to deter away from being a fan favorite. So the fact that he was at ringside and didn't do a thing other than cheer on his brother, I think was kind of impressive. I was a little surprised that he didn't. I didn't expect him to, but I wouldn't have been shocked if he did, is what I'm saying. So but yeah, Phoenix is Phoenix is also having a hell of a week. New AAA mega champion. Congrats, Phoenix. Unbelievable. And now, okay, it's pre-taped. I'm breaking a little bit of kayfabe here, but anyways, the fact that he, headlined Triple Mania along with his brother in another match, and then went on to face Cage today, and now he's going to be tagging with Rey Mysterio and Bandito against not Okada, Kota Ibushi, sorry, and the Young Bucks in 2 days from now. This is just a wild week. It's just crazy. Oh man. But yeah, this match was a lot of fun, and seeing someone so incredibly athletic. I mean, that defines both gentlemen here, but especially someone like Cage catching Phoenix, trying to do a tope out of the ring, catching him and then suplexing him. Unbelievable. Just the stuff in here. And to that power bomb off the top rope at the end. Yeah, it was a little ugly, but damn, it did what it was supposed to do. It knocked his ass out. And then Cage getting the 1, 2, 3. But this whole match was just solid. It was fun, exciting for both guys, I think I heard a couple times during the match, both these guys chants like that, you know? Then, of course, you know, the Lucha Brothers, you know, can't go a day without a little bit of trouble from the OVE guys and Callahan. They run down and, you know, double teaming Pentagon, triple teaming Phoenix, pounded. He just took a top rope power bomb. My gosh. Seriously. Let the man get up at least before you do something. He ain't getting up for a while now. And then Cage is like, all right, you know, and Cage is not your like ultimate baby face. He really isn't. He's like, he's walking that fine line. Like a lot of guys on this brand are. It's like, yeah, they're good guys. I don't know, you know? But that's not a bad thing, you know. It's, you know, if they've got that little bit of edge to them, it's okay. You know, it's like, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin is like the perfect example of that. Edgy as hell, but a fan favorite, right? So Cage is like, I don't need to deal with this. I'm going home, defending my title successfully, getting my paycheck out of here. I don't know. And you can see the fans starting to direct him back, saying, "Oh, go help him, go help him." Rethought it, ran back to the ring, jumped the rope, took out the OVE guys, and then just one by one laid them out. It was great. And then raised the Lucha Brothers' hands in victory, as in uniting with them. And so that was a feel good moment. The funniest part, if you missed it, go back and watch OVE as they're leaving the ring area. It is like the biggest bumbling, funniest couple seconds in the episode. It's like Benny Hill on crack. These guys like play the Benny Hill music and then watch these guys fall and stumble back to the locker room. It's hilarious. And then rewind it and watch it again and laugh even harder like I did. And if you don't know who Benny Hill is, then I'm just too damn old for you. I don't know. A couple people might get that. Caretaker might get that. He might. Let's see what's going on in the chat this evening. I can assure you that Brian Cage is in Vinnie Mac's sight. He might be. He might know who he is. I tell you, he didn't know who he was 10 years ago when he was in the company. I'll tell you that much. Both these dudes, I hope they don't sign with WWE. Yeah, you know, it's, I don't know. You know, a lot of guys are making their moments on the indies, joining a company like Impact Wrestling, and then taking the next step to WWE. And like I've said it before, you know, as much as it's upsetting to some fans, you can't blame them for wanting to boost their career, you know. Is it a risk at the risk of, you know, not being booked correctly in the eyes of the fans? Absolutely. But it is what it is, folks. You know, these guys have families and they want to make money and they love what they do. So, you know, it is what it is. Oh, excuse me. Benny Hill is awesome. Yeah, God rest his soul. He was a lot of fun. I've watched a lot of him growing up. That was the extent of my, you know, British TV growing up. You know, I really didn't, you know what British TV was, but I loved me some Benny Hill and Little Jackie. Probably just went over everyone's head. It's all right. Go YouTube it. I'm sure you could find some Benny Hill skits. You'll know what I'm talking about. It goes back to the 80s, I think. It's funny stuff. There we go. A to D to D, getting off track again. It's your job to keep me on track. You're a lot of help. Thanks a lot. All right. Next, Bobo is trying to get his vehicle through the checkpoint at the tapings. And the guy won't let him through. He's like, I got my ID. And he's like, not on the list. Scarlet Bordeaux lets out some smoke. Not sure what kind of smoke that is. I wonder. What kind of smoke does the smoke show have? Is it just regular smoke? Is it special smoke? These are the things that go through my head at night when the lights are out. So Scarlet Bordeaux gets out of the vehicle and she walks up to whatever his name is, asks him his name and says, open the gate, or what does he say? Open sesame. And he's like, open the gate. Starts freaking out. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. The power she has over men. It's sorry. Need a moment. Whew. You know, she's going to be down at All In this weekend. Yeah. No, don't tell my wife. No, don't. Shut up. Anyways, then we get a promo for Bad Intentions coming up tomorrow night on the GWN network. I am subscribed to the GWN network, but I'm going to be busy, family stuff, all in weekend, like all day Saturday, going down there. Going to try to meet up with some friends from the Rant With Ant crew, like midday right before the event. And then, of course, the All In event itself. And who knows how late that's going to go. It starts at 5 and it's going to go till whenever. And I'm so excited for it. I don't care. You know, I'm going to try to conserve my energy so I don't, lose my mind in the first match. But it's a stacked card. And I know there's going to be some surprises too. So, got to pace myself during that event. So yeah, but Bad Intentions, I do plan on watching it and reviewing it on here. I'm probably not going to get to it till Sunday or Monday though. So just with everything going on, would I love to watch it and review it tomorrow? Yeah, but that's just not happening. So what are you guys talking about? DB, what? DB, you guys are goofy. All right. What's next here? Oh, okay. Now we'll talk about the promos between they're separated, but we'll talk about them both right away. Get them out of the way. First, we have the promo with the OGs. Talking about, we get an update on the kid, Ricky, whatever his name is, the one that got ran over last week. And that was like I said, it was the first time in reviewing this on a regular basis now that I was like, ooh, that's a little, that's like, yeah, I didn't like it. But I think a lot of people assumed that he was dead. Like me, I assumed that he was run over and dead. Richie, thank you. Thank you, D-Rocks. They gave an update on little Richie. No, not that little Richie. They gave an update saying that he's going to make a full recovery. And he was in the hospital. He did not die. So, that made me feel a little better about the storyline because I was like, wow, yeah, that got really dark. I mean, I like the edginess of Impact Wrestling, but I think a lot of people assume that he was dead. Like me, I assumed that he was run over and dead. But that was like, that struck a little note there. I'm not gonna lie. That was like, too much, guys. But the fact that they gave an update saying, "Oh, he's gonna be fine," he might be walking a little funny, but he'll be fine. Celebrate at the next party. Where's Richie? Oh, that's horrible. I'm sorry. Call him Special Richie now. Horrible. So there, Hernandez is legit bummed out about running over Little Richie, and King is like, "Oh, don't you get soft on me now," like Conan, "Don't you get soft on me." And they're talking, and he's trying to give him a pep talk. We got to stay hard through this, and that just sounded wrong. It's gangsta hard, not smoke show hard. Get out. No, you're nasty. Go take a nap or something. What am I going to do with him? Jeez Louise. Then the phone's ringing. He takes the phone call, and he's like, and he gets real, like, stone serious, like, emotionless, and then hangs up, and he's like, "All right, you guys don't do nothing until I get back to you." And the same thing happens with LAX. Conan's talking to the guys, trying to chill them out, gets the phone call. So I don't know if they got a call from the same guy about something, about like, okay, these guys are here on this level of, being rivals, and maybe they got a call from someone up here that's kind of like a boss to both of them in a sense. Like, I don't know like how gangs work, but that was like the first thing that popped in my head. Like, does that make sense? I don't know. Like, okay, here's my prediction. Caretaker, you're horrible. Not glory hole hard. I love this guy. Oh my goodness. Killing me. Okay, so my thought is whatever this phone call is about is going to have to do with the tapings coming up down in Mexico. I imagine things are going to change a lot down there as far as, like, I think the production is going to stay the same, but obviously the surroundings are going to stay the same. Or the surroundings are going to be different, excuse me, and they're going to incorporate a lot of new faces, guys from AAA down there. I'm guessing you're going to see guys like what? Guys like Pagano. We saw him for a minute in Impact a few months ago. Tejano, maybe, eh? Dr. Wagner. I was joking with someone on social media. I forget who it was. Said if we see Dr. Wagner on Impact Wrestling, that Famous B has to be with him. Hey, that'd be awesome, hey? Send Famous B down there to be his manager, like he is on Lucha Underground. So yeah, whatever they're deciding on doing for the tapings for September going into October, obviously leading up to was that Bound for Glory, the next big show coming up in a couple months or whatever. I got a feeling it's going to get crazy. And Cross, a week ago when he was here on Smash This Podcast, hinted at that a little bit too. He's like, I don't remember exactly. I have to go back and watch it. He hinted at, I forget how he phrased it. something to the effect of how you watch stuff on Impact Wrestling is going to change a lot. And even with this show, like with the intro, the graphics changed a lot. You know, like graphics, like you've seen, like from like quarter to quarter, they changed the graphics up on you a little bit, how they present stuff. Taya is returning to Mexico. Hey, I would love to see Taya back on the show, and she doesn't even have to be with Johnny Impact. Okay, she wasn't when she was brought in, but I know she hasn't been part of the Canadian tapings for whatever reason. And you know, I hope there isn't some bad blood going on. I hope she does return. So yeah, that's another face I'd love to see. I'd love to see some of the other like LAX versus oh gosh. Oh, hey, the Mad Crew. Teddy Hart, Jack Evans, some of those guys. That would be sick. That'd be crazy. We haven't seen those guys on Impact Wrestling or TNA in over 10 years, I think. They used to be on there a while back, I think. At least Teddy Hart was, I think. God, that's a long time ago. So whatever this is going on between LAX and the OGs, I think it's going to, I mean, like I said, it's just pure speculation, but I got a feeling it's going to have to do with what's coming up. So we'll see. Oh, I completely missed this. The chant of the fans behind Callis and Josh. I was calling him Joey Matthews last week. Josh Matthews, after the first match, the fans chanting, "We want Jericho." Callis is like, "Hey, I'll call him up." Folks, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Seeing what's all going on. Ronnie's in the chat. Introduces himself. Hey, like third person. J-Bone is here. You guys. So much better with Callis. I've started to like Matthews. Yeah, you know what, Caretaker? I started. Oh, D-Rocks, Jericho versus Aries. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Give it a couple months. Give it a couple months. It would certainly take the show to another level. During all the backstage stuff and preparation for Lucha Underground versus Impact Wrestling during WrestleCon / WrestleMania weekend, when they were starting up their Twitch and doing all the live behind the scenes stuff, going around New Orleans and just being intimate with the fans online, reading the chats, hanging out with them, taking them to this place, taking them to that place, backstage pre-show at the event, stuff like that. And Matthews was doing it all, whether it was solo or Sanjay Dutt or someone else from Anthem or whatever. There's stuff from that weekend that still haunts them on the Twitch channel. It's hilarious. It's if you follow the chat, you'll see it. You'll see it pop up every once in a while. It's absolutely hilarious. Something about, was it the night before when they were drinking wine in the hotel lobby and they were live and some woman was trying to get a ride from them or something, or talk about, oh yeah, my husband's a production guy and blah, 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 blah. And And they're like, oh, okay. You go back and look at it, it's absolutely hilarious. It's funny. Damn, where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about Matthews. But yeah, from that weekend, I respected him a lot more. And especially after they were done with the whole bickering thing from months before between him and Borash. I had to tune out for like a month and a half worth of shows because I couldn't stand them bickering throughout the whole show. It drove me nuts. And I missed most of the X Cup because of it. So I want to go back now and like just watch the matches. From guys like ACH were on there. Sammy Guevara is one of my favorite cruiserweight types right now, lucha libre types. Hey, there's another guy that needs to be in the tapings. Sammy Guevara. Hell of a guy. So yeah, I hope a lot of things happen during the Mexican tapings. I hope it all goes well. You know, I hope everyone stays healthy. Not a knock on the country, but I know that can be an issue, you know, when you go down south of the border. So, yeah, I can't wait for those tapings. Can't wait to see what the aftermath is from this. What is next? Okay, talked about the OGs and LAX. Eli Drake. I totally did that wrong. Eli Drake. Gets in the ring and calls out the jabronis that fought the Cult of Lee last week. Mr. Atlantis and Brandon Tidwell. Sounds like a school teacher. Excuse me, Mr. Tidwell. So, you know, he wants to, like, you know, offer some kind of, like, opportunity or something. And I forget exactly what he said to them, but then it ended up in a match between Eli Drake and Brandon Tidwell, even though Mr. Atlantis volunteered. And it was, you know, it was over in like 10 seconds. Kicked him in the corner a bunch of times. Gravy train, boom, 1, 2, 3. And then gave his buddy, Mr. Atlantis, a gravy train to go as well. So both these guys down. Eli Drake grabs his, you know, stuff, his watch, his shirt, looks into the camera. That was fun. I'm going to do this again next week. He says something like that. I don't know. Too funny. Too funny. So, yeah. Who knows where the Cult of Lee is going. And I know there's probably some people upset about that, too, that they're a bit of a joke right now. But it's like I said, you know, not everybody can be going for a title. Not everybody can be Mr. Hardcore, deathly serious mode. You know, it's good for, how do I say it? It's good for character. It's like, okay, you know, you come in and you do months and months of, okay, best example. Look at Eddie Edwards, squeaky white bread babyface guy for years, his whole career. And now throughout this Callahan experience over the course of the last half year, give or take a little, he has developed a whole new persona and grown a whole new fan base on top of that. That's healthy. That's healthy. It's like, okay, you've done this for years. How about this? You know, it's a perfect example. So let's see where, you know, the Cult of Lee goes. You know, they're a bit of a joke right now. They're still a solid tag team, but it's all revolving around Eli Drake. So, you know, and guys like Caleb Conley and Trevor Lee, there's still nothing to sneeze at as far as in the ring. Look at everything Trevor Lee has accomplished over the last couple of years. Multi-time X Division champ, what, 4-time, 5-time champ? And it's over the course of the last year where I've looked at this guy and have really learned to respect him. Like, wow, like I had no clue who this guy was when he came in with the GFW guys with Jarrett. When he started bringing in his own crew, that's where he came from. And then he stayed and grew with the company. He got a hell of an opportunity. So, excuse me. So we'll see where it goes. You never know. Like Drake, Gravy Trains. Okay, then we get the Knockouts Championship match. We got Allie and versus Tessa Blanchard versus Su Yung. And the whole Su Yung dead fresh crew. That was an old. You see what I did there? I don't know. I'm too old. You're too young. I don't know. You're not going to get it. Anyways, crazy match. Loved it. And it seems like every match I watch now with Allie, she impresses me that much more. And I know I've talked about this before, so bear with me. When I started really watching Impact Wrestling on a regular basis again, and she was a part of it, and she was this mousy little bouncy little thing, I was like, what is this? Now she's still a baby face, but she lost the bouncy, and now she's just boom. I mean, she was kicking all kinds of ass in the ring tonight, and just slipped and came up short. Su Yung looked like she was a little off her game tonight, not gonna lie. So I don't know if she was a little banged up, a little extra, too much of a dead nap before the ring match. I don't know. Just didn't seem like she was exactly, she came through with some decent offense, but Allie, okay, yes, Tessa won and Tessa shined as well, but I feel like Allie really shined throughout this whole match. But yeah, and they've talked about it before, and I'm sure this upsets some fans, but it's no different than NXT throwing stuff out. Ooh, someone showed up at the tapings and they put the news, they put the press on, on the edge of their seat, and ooh, we're gonna give you this, so and so showed up, or so and so won a title. When Tommaso Ciampa won the NXT championship at the tapings. Oh my God, he won it at the tapings and not at a big takeover show. They put it out there because they knew people were going to be talking about it. Same thing. Tessa won. It's not that big of a deal. If we didn't have social media, this wouldn't even be a discussion. But we have social media. People see it. People talk about it. It's a perfect example. That dude in the front row at the MLW show. Move that dude. It's embarrassing. You got an unbelievable match going on in the ring, and you've got Joe Schmo sitting front row on his phone. I'm gonna tweet about this. It's the dumbest shit you could possibly see, man. It's like, move that guy to the back of the camera. Seriously. It's like, if you're gonna sit in front row the whole show, and I know I'm talking about another show right now, just bear with me. If you're gonna sit front row on your phone, why? It's embarrassing. I bought front row seats to a show. I'm gonna sit on my phone the whole time. What the hell are you doing? Why are you there? I don't usually knock wrestling fans because I'm a wrestling fan. But there are smart ones, and I don't mean smart. I'm just talking about ones who appreciate and love the product, like me. Not saying I'm the best out there or anything. I'm just saying if I buy front row seats, which I can't afford, but if I do, I'm not going to be sitting like this the whole time. So stupid. Back to the show. So yeah, hashtag and new Knockouts champion Tessa Blanchard snuck one out, rolled up alley for the win. Oh, and when Tessa, I just noticed someone said in the chat, Tessa is jacked. Yes, Tessa is jacked. 23 years old. Quite the pedigree. She really is. She is phenomenal. She's going to be there this weekend too. Can't wait to see her. And by the way, folks, if you haven't seen my all-in predictions, they're in the content in the channel. Go check them out in your spare time. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button. You know the rest. Ring-a-ding-ding. So yeah, I'm so happy for Tessa. Yet did I know about it a few weeks ahead of time? Yeah. Was I shocked? No. I think it's smart. She's been with the company since April. She's been kicking all kinds of ass, taking names. And just, this is the woman who is going to lead the Knockouts division, whether being champ or not. This is the woman who is going to represent the company and represent it well for years to come. You know, she just signed. I hope she sticks around for 5 years. Tessa versus Taya. Yeah, I'm dying to see that. I know it's happened on the indies somewhere, probably a handful of times already, but I don't care. I want to see it on this stage. I want to see Taya come back and just not slaughter them all, but just have good matches. I miss Taya, you know. By the way, hell of a wedding on Wednesday with her and Mundo. Oh my goodness. Landed in the cake. And I thought my first wedding was nuts. Oh my God. We did a Congo line out of our hall into the next hall and brought half of that hall back to our hall. It was like body to body tight. It was nuts. Who are you? I don't know. Oh, okay. Have some cake. All right. You know, it was insane. Second wedding, nothing like it. So much more relaxed. Handful of people, quick and quiet. Way to go, folks. The way to go. Back to the show. Damn, he's just off tonight. I know. Then we got Gama Singh beating the hell out of his guys again for losing. They lost last week. So Gama Singh's just running around the building with a broom. Clobbering the hell out of them. Any means necessary. That's what he said. I think that's going to be something that sticks for a while. Probably going to be picking, you know, broom stuff out of their ears for a while. Oh, my goodness. Covered the LAX stuff. All right. Then the smoke show. Oof. Did we get through it? Oh, Grado and Joe and Katarina on their way to the smoke show. And they arrive, and Scarlett Bordeaux, my goodness, that dress. Wow. Oh, I don't know what to say about it. it was like, the whole, strip of clothing here, strip of clothing there, whole lot of skin. And she starts, whispering the secrets of life in Grado's ear. And, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get my equipment all wet, but, he's sitting there with the cap off. He starts shaking, and all of a sudden water all over the place. Damn near fell out of my chair. Hilarious. And she goes, "Oh, you got me all wet." And oh my oh, Impact Wrestling with that edgy, sexy stuff. I like it. I haven't seen a lot of negative for it yet. I've seen mostly all positive. And this is probably the edgiest stuff I've seen her do yet. I can't wait to see what she does next, but I love it. I think this is going to lead to her being in the ring one-on-one with Katarina. I have no doubt. Now, I know that several weeks ago, they had a match in the original Impact Zone. This is probably all like prior to her coming to the company and everything. So you can go check it out on the GWN network. She had a good match with her on there. So that was probably like a test, like, okay, let's see what we can do with this. And, Katarina is a veteran in the ring. She was probably like, ooh, I want to work with her. Let's do something. So don't be surprised if we get another match on TV with them. I can't wait. Because not only is Scarlett Bordeaux gorgeous, she's also very talented in the ring. So if you're having qualms, if you're not sure, if you believe the hype yet, just wait. She's not just blonde hair and boobs and a butt. No. Just wait, folks. Just wait. So, yeah, she's just shaking that whole scenario up between Hendry, Grado, and Katarina up. Grado so flustered he had to run off, and Joe Hendry's just trying to keep a happy face on and stay there for his boy. But Katarina's like, you need to stay away from my boys, and of course Scarlett Bordeaux, and whatever she does, she just turning heads and oof. Crazy. So yeah, another successful smoke show. I don't know. Wow, the chat is going nuts. Daniel Price is in the chat. Good evening to you. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, I don't want to see that. That's you. Oh my goodness, the chat's just going cuckoo tonight. Love it. I'll be over here just doing my thing. Crazy. Then we get a great X Division match between Petey Williams and Rich Swann. And this one could have went either way. It was a nice, I don't want to say buffer match, but it was just nice to get an extra, couple of guys, super talented, on the show with a match, And then I think it's also showing a positive thing, them talking about Rich Swann being signed to a multi-year deal. That's a positive thing, showing growth with the company. A lot of guys are starting to do that now. I think Cage said that in his teleconference this week. I didn't hear the whole thing. but I thought he said something about signing a contract or signing with Impact, something to that effect. So I think he is signed now too. But as far as details, I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to it, see if he said anything. But yeah, it's like I said, it's another positive thing for this company. It's a sign of growth. Because for years, that's all you heard about every single day. People complaining about not getting paid, not getting paychecks, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? People are signing contracts again. Haven't heard about Braun, though. Wink. That was the guy you always heard about getting signed, was Braun. It's every 2 months, hey, Braun signed a new contract. It was the running joke for a while. Let's see here. So great match between Rich Swann and Petey Williams. Swann comes out on top, and as Rich Swann is doing an interview and gets interrupted by Matt Sydal talking about how he wants to help him get to the next level. And Rich Swann is like, hey, no offense, but I don't think I want your help. Because Sydal hasn't had the best of luck lately either, even though he's like, oh, no, I got it all figured out now, You had one win against Zachary Wentz. Yay. So, who knows? But then all of a sudden, Alicia Edwards is off camera screaming, no, Moose, no. Moose is down on the floor, laying in a heap, calling card, laying next to him. Oh, just when you thought things couldn't get worse for people getting attacked backstage. There goes one half of one of the teams for the main event. So we come back from break, and guys are getting introduced to the ring. We see the champ, Austin Aries, come out with Killer Cross. We get Eddie Edwards coming out solo, no Moose. Singapore Cane, stick in hand, ready to go. Hey, I give him credit for showing up. I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be facing Cross and Aries alone, no matter what kind of weapons I had or what kind of match it was going to be. Give him a lot of credit. So, solid match for what it is. Eddie Edwards does a pretty good job of fending off Aries and Cross, getting in some offense here and there. But man, Aries and Cross just had that ring cut in half. They had Edwards down for a good chunk of it. And yeah, that's right. Yeah, Eddie was great tonight. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's you forget, people change characters and they go off and they do weird things on the show. You start to forget the original person of where they're from. But yeah, he's a homegrown talent from Canada. So at least I think he is, isn't he? Or is that Davey Richards I'm thinking of that's Canadian? I forget. Anyways, but yeah. Crazy 2-on-1. Then all of a sudden, when all looks like it's lost, Moose shows up, literally staggers out, takes off his vest, head all wrapped up, all crazy. And he's like, oh, I'm here. I'm ready for the tag. Match continues. All of a sudden, Aries is getting roughed up, goes to tag. This whole segment at the end was like, I had to rewatch it because it all happened so fast and happened. It was like, wait, what happened? Aries goes for the tag. Cross drops off the apron. And it's like, wait, what? Cross is already turning on Aries already? Really? I was like, wow, that didn't, as this is all going through my head, then all of a sudden Moose turns on Edwards. And I forget what he did to him. completely clobbered him. And then Cross and Aries are just laughing hysterically. And the second greatest vegan to ever wrestle. Who's the first? Mr. Daniel Price. Who is the first greatest vegan to ever wrestle? Because I know there's a few, but I'm curious to see who your first is. But anyways, while we're waiting for Daniel Price, oh, Danielson. Okay. D. Bry. Okay. It's kind of who I thought you were going to say, but, some would say Punk. Some don't like Punk now. Anyways. One of those two, I was going to guess you said either Punk or Daniel Bryan. So, yeah. Moose turns on Edwards. Shocking. I did not see this coming. I thought it was going to be a typical, someone's banged up, comes back, helps Edwards get the win. I think anybody and everybody watching this assumed that's what we were getting. A typical, someone's injured backstage, comes back, gets the win, sends everyone home happy. Title's not on the line, doesn't really matter who wins. No, that's not what we got at all. Match is completely thrown out. They threw the ref out of the ring, and Edwards gets completely clobbered and beat down. Cross is just sitting on the apron laughing his head off. And Alicia Edwards then comes out to help her husband, which actually was nice to see because she hasn't been very close to him lately. And she just slaps the shit out of Moose. And then Moose is like, oh, no, no. And then Aries backs him off. And then she tends to her husband while Moose stands tall with Aries holding the title and Cross back behind them with his pose. And that's how the show goes off the air. Moose now backing the champ as well. Unbelievable. Did not see this coming. I will give Impact Wrestling a crack beer number 2 because I'm thirsty. I will give them a lot of credit, folks. They are doing things that is exciting, it's original, and it's stuff that I don't think people see coming. Number one example, putting Cross with the champ. Killer Cross needs to go to MLW and team with Loki? What? Okay. Low key. I'm like, Loki? What? Who's Loki? Low key. Okay. Yeah, that'd be interesting. But yeah, putting Cross with the champ, certainly something that I didn't see coming. I think that's a fresh, exciting, original move. Now, skip ahead a month or whatever. No more Vanilla Impact. I love it. That's right, Caretaker. If you really think about this, and I was thinking about this after the show went off the air, and I was like, I'm scratching my head, as in I'm sure a lot of people were like, wow, they turned Moose heel. Think about it. Shut up, I'm thirsty. Think about it. Moose, from day one, has come into this company and has been more or less a babyface from what I remember. I could be wrong. He might have turned on someone here or there or something. Maybe. I forget. Somewhere around being the grand champion. Has held the grand championship. Has gone on to headline one of the year's biggest pay-per-views as a babyface. And then, see, now all those tweets are starting to make sense. Said something about, I need to take some time off. I need to think about some stuff. That could have been all part of the storyline. It all makes sense now. You know? And that was when he was like, okay, he was off TV for a while or something. He had a concussion, which is funny because last week Cross was talking about giving him concussion 2, 3, 4, so and so. Oh, that was funny. Scary, but funny. Cross, something else. You know, Moose has headlined as a babyface and gone for the championship. Now, he may not have won, but then, okay, you ask the question, okay, Moose has been up here. Now, what are they going to do with him? And he's not the greatest guy on the mic. He doesn't talk a lot. He can spit out some stuff, but he's not like Aries on the mic. Aries and or Cross is incredible. If we haven't seen a lot of Cross promos yet, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I keep telling folks, go to the YouTube channel. His stuff on there, it's ridiculous. And you'll see that it's actually all slowly starting to show up on Impact Wrestling. It's great. So, okay, continuing my point. So then, yeah, Moose has been up here. What else are you going to do with him? Turn him heel. Turn him heel and put him with guys that can carry promos, that can help him with his promos and help bring more of a personality out of him. Because like this is one thing that I talked about with Moose going into Slammiversary. I like Moose. I think he's a great wrestler. He's an incredible athlete. But I was kind of like, I wasn't feeling it, you know? I felt like he had to like do like maybe a couple other things before he reached that point. Not that he didn't deserve it. It didn't make sense up here. Okay. And that's not a knock on the guy or the company. I just wasn't feeling it. But now they've completely switched it up, made him heel. They're backing him with guys who are incredible promo guys. And he can be, it'll help him with his promos, and he can be a muscle guy at the same time, just like Cross. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Aries has two of the most powerful, most dominant characters in the company right now, backing him as champ. What in the hell is anybody going to do to stop Austin Aries? Seriously. What? I mean, he is this force now. If they do keep the three of them together, which I don't see why they wouldn't. Someone call up Chris Jericho right now. Chris Jericho, please come to Impact Wrestling. Goofy. All right, so yeah, crazy finish. I dig it, and you know, I think I righted it in my head, and hopefully, I helped it make sense for you guys a little bit, at least what's going on in my head. If you're scratching your head too, and I'm sure you are, like everyone is, like, oh my God, Moose is heel. So yeah, that's it for this one. Great show, top to bottom, a lot of fun, incredible wrestling, good storytelling, little bit of comedy. You know, like I said, week by week by week, all these little pieces together. Punk is not a vegan. Yes, he is a vegan. Go watch that old video from WWE from like 5 years ago. He turned vegan. He is, really. Jericho's too busy listing the reasons he should have lists. What? You guys are on another level tonight, I swear to God. No, but seriously, thank you all for joining in the chat, lighting it up. Thank you for all the viewers tonight. Makes me feel good that the brand is growing. People are watching. It's awesome. Appreciate it. Who's a vegetarian? It's a different thing. Anyways, you guys. So yeah, and let me know if you're watching this after the fact. Let me know what you think about the big swerve at the end, or the episode as a whole. And yeah, that's it. And tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow I'm getting my son, and we're gonna do some catching up on All In. I'm gonna educate him a little bit on things, and then Saturday, I'm going to do my best to document stuff on the way down, the event itself, the buzz, and hopefully catch some decent footage. I wouldn't be able to with my old phone. This is a newer one. This should do like tremendously better. Like if you watch some of my old stuff, the footage I used to do, oh my God, horrible footage. But this is significantly better. So we'll see what happens. At least I hope it is. But yeah, I'll do a day in the life of All In, and somewhere after the weekend, I will be doing a review besides the day in the life. I will be recording it. And what's funny is, you can order it on Fight TV. The price is like $40 to watch it on Fight TV or Honor Club or whatever it is. So there's a few different options. On my pay-per-view, it's $35. So guess where I'm ordering it? On my cable box. Because I want to see from the point of view that everybody else is watching at home. I want to see that. I mean, I'm going to be there is one thing, but I also want to see the ringside action as well. So, but yeah, do you talk to your son in the Dusty Rhodes voice? Of course I do. I'm going to talk to him in the Dusty Rhodes voice all the way down to Chi-Town and all the way back. My boy will never talk to me ever again. I must. I'm done. I'm just going to wreck it. So yeah, thank you all. That's the plans for the weekend. I will be talking about All In, and what else? Oh, Bad Intentions. I will be talking about that as well eventually, sometime after the weekend. So if my typical stuff next week, like MLW Mondays, hashtag MLW Mondays, is a little late, that's why. Because I'm catching up from All In, trying to make the day in the life video, if it turns out, and then also a review and Bad Intentions and everything else. So that's what the plan is. So thanks again, everyone. Stay tuned for that. We'll get it out as soon as I can, but obviously family time does come first. And then after I take him back to his mom's, then I'll be able to have time, sit down, work on that stuff. So, and that'll be early next week sometime. Thanks again for tuning in. Crazy event. Can't wait to see what's next. Don't forget, folks, if you're new to the channel, there's plenty more of this where it came from. If you dig the content, go check it out. Smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Whew. Good night, folks. Need to go back, watch that smoke show a little more, I think.